Happy Monday. If you're watching on a replay, let me know in the comments, hashtag replay. I'm on my own today, so hopefully I don't, hopefully I sound okay. Hopefully things look okay. I don't have Melissa telling me one way or the other. So as you come on, tell me hi, tell me what you're working on. I am both on Facebook and YouTube, but I can't monitor both. Melissa usually monitors YouTube for me, so I can see Facebook comments, but I can't see YouTube comments while I am doing this. So, but if you're on Facebook, tell me hi, tell me what you're working on, tell me how your weekend was. Tell me if you can hear me okay, because that's a thing. I checked back at the video last week and it seemed like the sound was pretty good, like you weren't hearing the blowers and everything. So hopefully that is still the case this week. Nicole working on your lower body of the Astropop. Awesome. I'm in the blue, all the blue today. I know my headband doesn't match, but I'm going to talk about that too because it's so stinking cute. Cindy working on a hat. Awesome. Yes, I actually finished both of my sweaters, but I only have one to show because the other one is sitting at home waiting for a bath. Okay, good. I'm glad you can hear me just fine, Mom. Hi, Linda. Finished a cute little baby hat. Hi, Sherry. I actually have nothing to work on right now. Well, I do have one little project I'm kind of working on the side, but it's one I have to pay attention to because it's a couple strands held together. So not something I can play with while I'm talking to you all. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to start next. So, that's always it's always a dilemma for me, but I just finished two things, so that means I can start two things. Plus I need to start on an accessory project. So hi, Chris. You should be busy trying to fix my lawnmower. Julie making up a pattern for a lacy top using a stitch pattern I saw on TikTok. Awesome. Very cool. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Shar. Joyce, Astropop sleeves are finished, have 6 lace repeats done on the body. Awesome, you're getting there. Julie working on my last of 18 hats. That's amazing. Yeah, you've just been going at those hats like crazy, which is very, very cool. And the sparkly blankets, which are fun. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. As I kind of teased earlier, Melissa is having fun on the East Coast, which means I am flying solo. So hopefully you won't notice too much of a difference, but what that does mean is that she won't be here to answer questions or pop pattern links in. And so I will try and put links in after I'm done because I'm not good at trying to do that while I'm talking to you all at the same time. So I will try and go back and no, get on the more. Oh, bummer. Uh, Sheila, are you working on a Rhinebeck sweater? Or I could work on a Rhinebeck sweater. I've never done a I've never gone to Rhinebeck. So, um, hmm, that's an idea. What's everybody doing this year? Is there a big pattern? I know Andrea Mowry always comes out with something cool. So I guess I've been kind of out of touch on stuff lately. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Monday Motivation. Today is Monday, July 21st, 2025. My name is Kristen. I am the owner of the Little Yarn Shop located in Saginaw, Michigan, inside the SVRC Marketplace. Marketplace hours are Wednesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Our shop is open 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday. Mary working on socks and finish your Astropop. Awesome. Make sure you wear it the next time you come in so we can see it. As a reminder, Monday evenings from 6:30 to 8:30, Deb is here in the front lobby for drop-in knitting help. For $10, you get 2 hours of help from her. Usually Ashley is here too. I don't know if she's here tonight. I didn't see her, but one or both of them is here Monday nights for drop-in help for whatever your project. It doesn't have to be something from the shop. It can be any project. Could be something you started a long time ago and just need to get back to. So, Patty working on Prism Swancho. Oh, fun. I like a Swancho. Okay, so that's who I am and that's where we are. What am I wearing is also Hi, Tony. Thank you. Are you checking in and checking out very quickly? Um, the rest of the day is going to be amazing. All the days are amazing. So today I'm in all the blues. I went thrifting today and I found this little shift dress and I knew that it would go really, really well with my finished cocoon cardi. And then this little hair wrap is not crocheted. I almost said it's not knitted, but it's granny square. So obviously it's not crocheted. It's a printed fabric. It's like a stretchy headband, but we were up in Tawas yesterday and one of the little stores had this. It was made by a collective of crafters in Allegan. It was a cute little store that had a lot of Michigan made things. So I just saw the granny square fabric and had to have it. Plus summer hair means it's all over the place and why not contain it cutely? Hi, Ruth. So I finished with a little help from our lovely lady Jo, who is in here usually on Wednesdays, sometimes on Thursdays or Fridays too, depending on when she stops in. But she's a really fast crocheter, loves to crochet. And I started this. This is the movie night cocoon cardi. It's done as one big granny square, folded in half and seamed, and then you add a little bit of a single crochet cuff to it. So I will stand up and show you how cool it is. It's nice and long. Can't even see how long it is, but it's like a cocoon style. So you can see the seam up underneath there. It's a big square. You fold it in half, seam it up. It tells you how much to leave for the armhole. You could continue to, my little armband is getting in the way here. You could continue to do rows of single crochet if you wanted the sleeves a little bit longer, but it is so great just to throw on here in the shop. Like it's open, so it's not really, really hot, but it does take the chill off. Um, the blowers in here have been going pretty strong lately. So just to have a little something like this to throw on over my shoulders is great. This one has not been blocked. I don't feel like crochet requires as much blocking, especially for something like this. It is Malabrigo Rios, so it's 100% superwash. This is our custom color, our 10-year anniversary color from Malabrigo called Decada, which means decade in Spanish. So it took 5 skeins of the worsted weight yarn for this one. It was from your nephew, Carson. Ah, okay, I see. Abby, done that before. It's nice. Wish I had used a non-acrylic. Well, Abby, you're just gonna have to do another one. But I was very thankful for Joe to finish crocheting it for me, and then I seamed it and put it together. Yes, Aileen, exactly. Very cute, very easy. I think it's a very effective look. And with the variegated yarn, I love it. I think it works wonderfully. So I finished this with a little help. I did finish the winter albina, but that is home. It definitely needs to be blocked, especially to kind of relax the bottom ribbing where it's got that big split hem. So hopefully next week I will have that to show everybody. Um, so I have something finished to show you. It's not something I finished, but it's something Jody finished. And it goes along with some of the new kits that we got. So we got a refresh of kits from Molly Klein Designs. So she is the bag maker slash yarn dyer that does these really cute kits with a project bag, a full skein and a mini skein coordinate of fingering weight yarn, and then a little coordinating progress keeper to go with it. This one is, keeps sitting on here backwards. Come on, little guy. Look at how cute that is with the little mushrooms on it to match the little mushroom bag. Each of these kits comes with all of that. Some of the kits have more than one progress keeper in. I think it was kind of depending on her mood or also the theme of the kit. But in total, you get 550 yards of fingering weight sock yarn. So 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. You get a 20-gram mini skein and a 100-gram full skein. And so I've got a few of the kits left. I got them in last week and some disappeared, but I've got a couple left to show off. And The last time we got some kits from her, I had some ideas. The Stansbury shawl is a great one for one full skein and one mini skein, as that's a knitted project. The Zerka shawl is one that Stacy found for me, and it takes one full skein and 3 mini skeins. So, we've got a whole big basket of mini skeins over here that you can dig through and find a couple more to coordinate, but that's an asymmetrical striped shawl. And the other one that I showed, I thought was pretty neat because it has a knit version and a crochet version. And according to the yardage, I think you could actually get 2 cowls out of one kit. So you would get a project bag and 2 cowls and a progress keeper out of one kit. And it's called the Lakewood cowl. So there is the knit version. So it's a solid one color. My printer's dying, I think. And then it's got this little contrasty border at the top and the bottom you would use the mini skein for. The same with the crochet one. Or you could do a knit one and a crochet one out of a kit, which I also think would be fun. After I talked about them last time though, I did come across the clincher pattern. So if you've been in the shop, you may have seen this or seen me talk about it. It's by Ash Kearns. Initially when it came out, it was written for Knitty. I knit this pattern way back in the day, but I hadn't had one here in the shop that was with yarn that we sell. So it takes a full skein and a mini skein, and Jody knit one and she left it here for me to show off. So I will show that in a minute. But again, this is one that has a knit version and a crochet version. And I'm trying to find more and more of those, and I really appreciate it. So this is what it looks like when it's not styled. So asymmetrical shawl. And this was done with one of these kits with a full skein and a mini skein, one of the Molly Klein kits. So asymmetrical shawl, you start with a few stitches, it grows. As you get to the end, you make these little I-cord loops. So what do you do with those loops? I'm going to take this off because it might be a little too many layers for July. But what you do with those loops is you wrap this around and take this little tail and you weave it through. It helps if you go the same direction each time, but you don't really have to. But all I'm doing is poking that tail through each of these little holes. And you don't even have to do all of them, but I think it looks neat if you do. And I wonder about if you could use one of those fun new I-cord makers for this. I'm not sure. But then it does take a little bit of finagling in order to get it to look the way you want it to look. But look at how cool that is. So you can see all the little loops. So depending on how contrasty that mini skein is, it'll either really pop or it will just kind of blend nicely. So this one I think really blends nicely. So you can see those purples on my YouTube feed. It looks very blue, but it's really, really purple. So up close, you can see we just tucked that tail through everything. I just think it's the cutest pattern. And again, it's one that when I initially talk about with people, they don't quite understand the concept of it, but I think it's really, really cool. It's called The Clincher by Ash Kearns. And again, I will try to post after I'm done recording all these videos on both YouTube and Facebook, go into the archives. I will try and go back and at least on Facebook post the links, but it's called The Clincher by Ash Kearns. That's the knit version. The crochet version is also called The Clincher. Both call for one 100-gram skein of fingering weight yarn and then a mini skein. So the crochet one says 400 to 450 yards. The knit one says 390 to 420. Either way, you will have plenty because these kits have 550 yards. Or you could use any one full skein of fingering weight yarn with a mini. Our Dream and Color minis that we have are 100 or are 88 yards. So that would be plenty as well. So let's talk about kits that I got that would work really well for these. This is one, the little mushroom kit. The variegated skein is kind of a tan with a little bit of like bluey purple and kind of a rusty brown color, and then a nice bright sunny contrast mini. And most of these I only have one of. In fact, this one I have two of, the eyeballs. And it's got a really pretty speckly full skein and then this pale blue mini skein to go with it. Each kit is $80. So if you see one that you like, let me know in the comments and we will set it aside for you. And just let me know if you want it sent to you or if you're going to come get it. We have one left of her anniversary kits. So this one comes with 3 progress keepers. A couple of them are turned backwards so you can't see them, but it comes with 3 little stitch markers. Her jewel bag, beautiful pale blue and pink speckle yarn with a peach contrast. We've got one of those left. That's the anniversary one. And then let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. I've got 2 kind of Southwestern themed ones. This one is more along, we're going to say this is the geometric Southwestern one. And the full skein is kind of a goldy tan with brown speckles and then a turquoise contrast. That would be really, really sharp in this. That high contrast would be really sharp. Plus you get a fun project bag to go with it. The other kind of Southwest one has a different gold speckle with a deeper blue turquoise contrast and a striped bag. These will be here in the shop. I wanted to make sure I got them in time for the yarn crawl, which starts on Friday. So that was my main goal, but of course you all get to see things ahead of time, so we can show them off. I have a Yellowstone bag. And most of these, let me double check. In fact, it looks like all of them are the open handled style bags. Some in our first set had zippers, but these are all handled bucket bags. They're all lined. They all have like a interfacing in them. So they're nice and sturdy, little flat bottoms on them. The Yellowstone bag has a cream speckled, it's kind of like a reddish brown and then brown and tan speckles with a pretty tan tonal. We've got a bag that has little roses. This one's so pretty. It's kind of like Americana without being like, you could do a really fun Americana cowl with this, like 4th of July nod, Memorial Day, but not like in your face because it's not like a bright red. It's kind of this pinky red with that beautiful blue contrast mini skein. She calls that color crushed candy. So it's like reds and pinks and blues with a little bit of white in there. Okay, Mom. And then we've got a different, I thought this was strawberries for a minute, but this one's mushrooms as well. But it's like fall mushrooms. This one has a little mushroom progress keeper too. And the main skein is kind of a peachy color with orange and brown speckles. And then a really pretty brown mini skein to go with it. And 2 left. So this one looks like it might be the same yarns in here. So the full skein is that peachy pink with the brown speckles, brown and orange speckles, and then a deeper brown mini skein with a little fall leaf and this kind of leaf print bag. And last but not least, we've got kind of spring roses with the blue fabric. And then this one's got a pale blue with brown speckles and kind of the mini skein is pinks and yellows. And the speckle has a little bit of pink and yellow in it too. If you look kind of down in here, there's some pink and some yellow speckles in that blue too. So those are the kits we have. Again, I have one of each except for that very first one, the eyeball print. I have two of those. They're $80 for the kits. You don't have to use one of the patterns I talked about. It would be great for socks if you wanted to do contrast heels and toes and cuffs. But I just think they're so cute and fun and something unique and different. And special little sets. It's also, if you do any sort of gift exchanges with your knitters and crocheters in a group, it would be a great thing to pick up now to have for the holidays. Okay, so that's the clincher. Oh, also with the shipment from Molly Klein Designs, which is who did those. I had asked her, we picked this fabric and I asked her to do some small notions bags. I think this kind of mirrors our colors and things. And I just thought it was a really fun, funky, modern, retro. Can it be modern and retro at the same time? The yarn balls and like little needles in there. So these little notions bags, they're all, again, they've got an interfacing and a lining. They've got a little pull tab and then her tags on here, zippered closed, very nicely done. So these are 20 a piece and I've got a handful of these too. I am getting 2 more shipments from her this week of different things. So, if you haven't been in the shop a while, you need to come. And if you stop in sometime between July 25th and August 3rd, even if you're not part of the Heartland Yarn Adventure shop hop, you can still take advantage of what we have here in the shop. And if you happen to stop in on one of those days, you should buy a passport. We've got a couple of them left here. They're $5. Even if you only come here, then we can stamp your little passport page and submit it and you get entered for prizes. So we'll have prize drawings here in the shop too for another set of needles donated by Chigu and another sweater kit donated by Barogo. So we will have those as prizes for this one too. So again, July 25th through August 3rd is the Heartland Yarn Adventure. We are open every day. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we'll be here 11 to 3. The rest of the time will be our normal hours, 10 to 7. What else is coming up? Thursday, July 31st. So a week from this Thursday is knitting at the Saginaw County Fair. So they're hosting I don't know what group is putting it on, but they're calling it a sit and stitch, kind of a sheep to shawl a gathering, a sit and stitch gathering at the Saginaw County Fair. So it's July 31st. From the post that Ashley put out there said from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. the demo area will be available. So they'll provide tables and chairs. This is not something that we are participating, like we don't have any say in any of it. I'm just passing on the information. I want everybody to know that that's a thing that you could do if you want to go socialize at the fair. So July 31st, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Saginaw County Fair. You do have to pay to get into the fair as far as I know, but then you can just find them in one of the barns and sit with them and hang out. Take your project with you. Yeah, Brenda, I don't know. She told me I never know for sure until I get tracking info when it's coming, but she's in Indiana, so things tend to not take too long to get from her to us. So as far as what I want my next project to be, I don't know. I mentioned it at the beginning and Sheila had said, maybe a Rhinebeck sweater. I have never done a Rhinebeck sweater. So that might be a possibility. I had on in my queue to do next the Isla sweater. It's ILHA, and I wanted to do it with the fingering weight Malabrigo in our custom color. I need to swatch with that to make sure I think it's going to work okay. But also, I mentioned last week that Casapinka has a mystery knit along. The first clue came out last Thursday or Friday. And I am intrigued and I'm thinking I might want to knit that too. So that is a 6-week knit along. She did say that there is a break in there somewhere. So it's called Hiss and Vinegar. It's a mystery knit along. All we know is it's going to be a shawl or a wrap of some sort. If you're into that sort of thing, hers are fun. They usually have some sort of stitch sampler, kind of like most of the patterns that she does actually are sort of a stitch sampler. What's really fun about that is you get to practice different stitches, try different things, and it mixes it up a lot so you don't get too bored with it. And I was kind of sneaking through looking at people's first clues there are a few who have gotten that first section done, and it looks sort of like an asymmetrical wrap, but I don't know how it's going. I know she has said it's not going to be overly complicated because we have enough complicated things happening in our lives and in the world that she doesn't want to add to it. So I did pull something that is very, very different from what I normally do. I was kind of looking around to see, but you all know I love sparkles. And I keep staring at the Wonderland Yarns confetti tweed, which has tweed and sparkle. And I kind of settled on this combination. So she recommends 3 solid slash tonals, or if you have one variegated, there still be a lot of contrast between them. This is very different from anything that I normally would do. You do want to make sure if you do that, that there is good contrast between all 3 colors because you do kind of interchange them all. But, and I know it's kind of folly, but that's okay because this goes 6 weeks. So that'll take me into what, September. She did say that there's going to be a break week in there at some point, but, I don't have to do all, where do you find out about that knit along? It is on Ravelry. Again, Linda, I will go back and I'll try and put it under your comment to a link to her Ravelry page with a link for it. Sorry, I do so much better when Melissa's here to help me out, you guys. Yeah, I don't have to do all the brights. I don't have to do all the jewel tones all the time. I can do something that represents the people that don't like those, that like more fall colors and stuff. And I think these are really pretty. So all 3 of these are the confetti yarn. So this one is Gravel Walk, and it's kind of a taupey gray color. And then I've got Mind the Volcano and Cottywomple. So I've got this rusty orange, a really pretty gold, and the taupey color. So I'm thinking this might be my project because I finished 2 sweaters. So I need to work on something else. This might be, I have to have a sweater and an accessory on the needles. So that's my justification. So that might be what I start next, in addition to swatching for the Isla top. Wonderland Tour of the Seasons. I just got a box today. If you participate in the Tour of the Seasons Club, I just got July and August. So I'll give you a little sneak peek of August because obviously we're not there yet, but they are actually ahead of the game on this one a little bit. So July, their inspiration is The Secret Garden. And the name of the color is Misselthwaite Manor. So if you're part of the club, we've got your set aside. If you are not part of this club, I do have two extras that are not spoken for. So it's $35. You get a skein of sport weight yarn. You get a cute little printed invitation that tells you about the inspiration for the month's yarn. On the back of that invitation is a little project card. So it's got what pattern did you select, all the things about it, what bits and bobs you need, gauge is essential. So it's a fun little swatch card, project card to go with it. And then you also get two stitch markers. One has the book inspiration, the other has a little image on it. So this one, the one says The Secret Garden, the other one is a cute little key. And they are what do you call them? Removable stitch markers. So they do open. But this is sold 100%, 100% superwash, sport weight. Let's see, 4 ounces, 344 yards. And what do you do with one skein? There are multiple options. If you take their label off, tucked inside their label, they have QR codes for both one skein projects and block of the month that they have done in the past. So multiple ideas, and they usually are pretty good about having both knit and crochet projects out there. So $35, you get the project card, two stitch markers, and the skein of yarn. So this is July's, inspired by The Secret Garden. And it looks like a garden. It looks like some of the hydrangeas I see when I'm driving around right now. And I have hydrangea envy. So I have two of those left. And then your little sneak peek of August. My arms aren't long enough. I have to scooch closer. Hi, Donna. Oops, that's not what I want. What did I just do with that? You guys, I'm losing my mind. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the tour of the season for August is inspired by Les Miserables. And I do not speak French very well. So, oh, I didn't even read the invite to you for July. So it says, Miss Mary Lennox requests your presence July 10th, 2025 in the garden at Misselthwaite Manor. Follow the robin, he knows the way. So that's the one for The Secret Garden. Now, the one for Les Miserables says you are cordially invited to an evening of conversation hosted by Monsieur Gillenormand. I apologize. Spanish is what I took in high school, not French. At his residence in the Rue des Filets du Calvaire in Paris. It will commence promptly at 8 o'clock in the evening. Formal attire required. As per the host's wishes, political debate is discouraged unless presented with wit, elegance, and respect for the monarchy. Send note by footman to reserve your place. So that's the cute little card that comes with it. Very fancy. And I'm not even going to try and tell you the name of this one because it's definitely in French and something I can't pronounce. But so the skein is, again, the same. Sport weight, 344 yards, 100% superwash. It's like a stormy blue gray with speckles of red and gold. And then it's this tonal. So you get these light streaks and these dark streaks in there. And the stitch markers, you get one that is the book cover, Les Mis, and the other one, I believe, is a candlestick. I just saw Les Mis earlier this year too, I should know, but I think that's what those are. So we've got two of those as well. All right, Nicole, I've got yours set aside for you. They're both very beautiful. So we've got two of each of those up for grabs. Unless somebody who's in the club decides they want a second one, and then we can do that for them too. Let me look around and see if that was everything I have to talk about. I think I hit all my notes for tonight. So as a reminder, oh, I did have one of the Hunchback of Notre Dame skeins from, I want to say this was May. This color was May. So same club, same sport weight yarn. But it's dark and moody. So the card that it was in this one says your presence is requested at the night festival of the Palace de Grève. Join us at the steps of the Notre Dame Cathedral at the Vesper bells as the Vesper bells strike midnight. Masks and cloaks required. Mischief encouraged. And it's this, you guys, I fell in love with this one when it came in. This deep, moody gray with teals and burgundies. See, when I was pulling yarn for the mystery knit along, these are kind of the colors that I was looking at, but that's what I always go to. So I'm trying to do something different for you guys. So I do have one left of this one. It's called the Bell Tower. And that one has the stitch marker of the Hunchback of Notre Dame. And then something, maybe it's supposed to be a picture of the actual hunchback. I can't tell. Okay, now I think I have covered everything. As a reminder, as I said, the Heartland Yarn Adventure starts this Friday and goes through August 3rd. So that means we're open 2 Sundays. And we will be here every day. We've got more goodies coming. I do plan to do a live next Monday, I think. I'm not sure about next Monday. I know I will be here at the shop working 11 to 3, so I'm not sure if I will be back to do a live next Monday or not. So play it by ear. We'll see how it goes. If I have lots of stuff to show off and tell you all about, then I will make sure that I do a live. If I'm too tired because we've been swamped from when it started until then I may not. And let's hope that's the case. We love outside visitors and locals, and we want everybody to come see us. So I hope everybody has a great week. Enjoy the beautiful weather. It's supposed to get hot later this week. I'm considering shopping for an above ground pool. Obviously, that won't help me till next summer, but why not start planning now? It's beautiful, and this morning I wished I had a pool to float in while I was sitting outside in the backyard. Then I could just get more tan, and I wouldn't even have to go to the beach. So have a great week. I hope you're participating in the yarn crawl or in the mystery knit alongs, or just keeping yourselves busy with knitting and crocheting and staying creative and staying cool. So have a great night. And if we don't see you here sometime during the yarn crawl or during this week, I will maybe see you back here next Monday.